Are you unknowingly triggering dangerous blood pressure spikes every single morning in your own bathroom? In the next 15 minutes, I'll reveal 5 common bathroom habits that doctors at Johns Hopkins say can cause sudden, life-threatening blood pressure surges in people over 65, and the simple changes that can protect you starting today. The third habit I'll share might shock you, because it's something 8 out of 10 seniors do every morning, without realizing they're putting themselves at serious risk of stroke. Addison, a healthy 68-year-old from Phoenix, experienced sudden dizzy spells and chest tightness every morning after her usual bathroom routine. Her doctor discovered her blood pressure was spiking to dangerous levels of 180 over 110 due to 3 simple habits she never thought were harmful. Within 2 weeks of making small changes, her morning readings dropped to a safe 135 over 85. Bathroom habit. 1. Straining during bowel movements. Are you holding your breath and pushing hard when you're constipated? This seemingly natural response creates what medical professionals call the Valsalva maneuver, and it's one of the most dangerous things you can do to your cardiovascular system. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that straining during bowel movements can cause your blood pressure to spike by 40 to 60 points within seconds. This sudden surge puts enormous stress on your heart and blood vessels, creating the perfect conditions for a stroke or heart attack to occur right there in your bathroom. The mechanics behind this are frightening yet simple to understand. When you hold your breath and bear down, you're dramatically increasing the pressure inside your chest cavity. This pressure compresses your heart and major blood vessels, forcing your cardiovascular system to work much harder to pump blood throughout your body. Harvard Medical School researchers have documented cases where seniors experienced blood pressure readings above 200 over 120 during straining episodes. At these levels, your risk of having a stroke increases by more than 300% compared to your normal resting blood pressure. Consider what happened to Frank, a 71-year-old retired teacher from Portland. He had been dealing with occasional constipation for months, thinking it was just part of getting older. One Tuesday morning, while straining particularly hard, he felt a sharp pain in his head and became dizzy. His wife rushed him to the emergency room where doctors found his blood pressure had reached 205 over 118. The emergency physician explained that Frank's straining had pushed his blood pressure into the danger zone, and he was fortunate not to have suffered a stroke. The solution is surprisingly simple and can be implemented immediately. First, never hold your breath during bowel movements. Instead, breathe slowly and steadily throughout the process. Second, if you feel the urge to strain, stop immediately and try the breathing technique recommended by gastroenterologists at Johns Hopkins. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, then exhale gently while allowing your abdominal muscles to relax naturally. Third, address constipation proactively by drinking more water throughout the day and including fiber-rich foods in your diet. Don't wait until tomorrow to make these changes, because your next bathroom visit could be the one that triggers a medical emergency. Bathroom habit 2. Taking hot showers or baths. Do you love those steaming hot morning showers that fog up your entire bathroom? While they might feel wonderfully relaxing, hot water creates a dangerous roller coaster effect on your blood pressure that can be particularly hazardous for seniors. The American Heart Association has issued specific warnings about hot water exposure for people over 60, explaining that temperatures above 104 degrees Fahrenheit can cause rapid and unpredictable changes in blood pressure. When you step into very hot water, your blood vessels dilate quickly to help cool your body, causing an initial drop in blood pressure. However, when you step out of the hot water, those same vessels constrict rapidly, causing your blood pressure to spike suddenly and dangerously. This temperature shock puts your cardiovascular system through extreme stress in a matter of minutes. Cardiologists at the Cleveland Clinic have documented blood pressure swings of 50 to 70 points during hot shower episodes in seniors. These dramatic fluctuations can trigger dizziness, fainting, irregular heartbeats, and in severe cases, stroke or heart attack. The risk becomes even greater if you have any existing heart conditions or if you're taking blood pressure medications, because your body's ability to regulate these changes becomes compromised with age. Helen, a 66-year-old grandmother from Tampa, learned this lesson the hard way. She had always enjoyed long, hot baths as her evening relaxation routine. One evening, after soaking in particularly hot water for 20 minutes, she stood up and immediately felt dizzy and nauseous. She barely made it to her bed before collapsing. Her daughter found her an hour later and called 911. At the hospital, doctors explained that Helen's hot bath had caused her blood pressure to fluctuate wildly, leading to a fainting episode that could have been much worse if she had fallen and hit her head. The fix for this dangerous habit is immediate and easy to implement. Starting tomorrow morning, adjust your shower temperature to lukewarm, around 98 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. This temperature will still feel comfortable and clean you effectively without shocking your cardiovascular system. If you're unsure about the temperature, test it with your elbow before stepping in completely. For baths, limit your soaking time to 15 minutes maximum and avoid water temperatures that make you sweat or feel overheated. Make this change right now, because every hot shower or bath is gambling with your life. Bathroom habit. 3. Standing up. Too quickly after sitting. How fast do you stand up from the toilet after finishing your business? If you're like most people, you probably pop up quickly without giving it a second thought. However, this rapid change in position creates a condition called orthostatic hypotension, which can be extremely dangerous for seniors. Harvard Medical School studies show that standing up too quickly causes your blood pressure to drop suddenly as gravity pulls blood away from your brain and heart. Your body then overcompensates by rapidly increasing your heart rate and constricting blood vessels, causing your blood pressure to spike dramatically higher than it was when you were sitting. This blood pressure roller coaster happens within 30 seconds of standing and can cause immediate symptoms like dizziness, blurred vision, chest pain, and even fainting. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports that orthostatic hypertension contributes to more than 300,000 emergency room visits annually among Americans over 65. The problem becomes more pronounced as we age because our blood vessels become less flexible and our hearts become less efficient at quickly adjusting to position changes. Additionally, many medications commonly prescribed to seniors can make orthostatic hypertension worse. Take the case of Ronald, a 69-year-old retiree from Chicago. He had developed a habit of quickly standing up from the toilet, especially when he was in a hurry. One morning he stood up rapidly and immediately felt the room spinning. He grabbed for the towel rack to steady himself, but it couldn't support his weight and he fell backward, hitting his head on the bathtub edge. The fall resulted in a concussion and required 12 stitches. His doctor explained that Ronald's quick standing had caused a dangerous blood pressure drop, followed by a compensatory spike, leading to the dizziness that caused his fall. The solution requires changing your routine, starting with your very next bathroom visit. When you're ready to stand up from the toilet, count to 3 slowly before beginning to rise. Then stand up gradually, taking at least 5 seconds to reach your full standing position. Once you're standing, wait another 3 seconds before taking your first step. This gives your cardiovascular system time to adjust properly to the position change. If you feel any dizziness or unsteadiness, sit back down immediately and wait a full minute before trying again. Don't ignore this advice, because falling in the bathroom can result in serious injuries or even death. Bathroom habit 4. Holding your breath while cleaning or reaching. Do you hold your breath when you're scrubbing the bathtub, reaching for items on high shelves, or bending down to clean the toilet? This unconscious habit is incredibly common among seniors, but it creates the same dangerous Valsalva effect we discussed earlier. Johns Hopkins researchers have found that breath holding during physical exertion can double the cardiovascular stress on your heart and blood vessels. When you hold your breath while exerting yourself, you're creating a pressure cooker effect inside your chest that forces your blood pressure to skyrocket instantly. The combination of physical exertion and breath holding is particularly dangerous because it multiplies the stress on your cardiovascular system. Your heart rate increases due to the physical activity, while simultaneously the pressure in your chest cavity increases due to breath holding. This creates a perfect storm that can push your blood pressure into the danger zone within seconds. Cardiologists at Mount Sinai Hospital have documented blood pressure spikes exceeding 180/110 in seniors who held their breath during moderate bathroom cleaning activities. At these levels, you're at immediate risk for stroke, heart attack, or dangerous heart rhythm abnormalities. Consider what happened to Dorothy, a 63-year-old from Denver who prided herself on keeping an immaculate home. While scrubbing soap scum from her shower walls, she unconsciously held her breath during the more strenuous scrubbing motions. After about 2 minutes of this pattern, she suddenly felt a sharp pain in her chest and became short of breath. She had to sit down on the edge of the bathtub and rest for several minutes before the symptoms subsided. When she mentioned this to her doctor, he explained that holding her breath during the scrubbing had caused her blood pressure to spike dangerously, putting stress on her heart. The solution is simple, but requires conscious attention until it becomes automatic. Every time you begin any cleaning or reaching activity in the bathroom, remind yourself to breathe continuously and steadily. Count your breaths if necessary, aiming for 1 breath every 3 to 4 seconds. If you find yourself holding your breath, stop the activity immediately. Take 3 deep breaths, then resume with conscious attention to your breathing pattern. For particularly strenuous cleaning tasks, take breaks every 30 seconds to ensure you're breathing properly. Implement this breathing awareness today, because forgetting to breathe during exertion could trigger a life-threatening cardiovascular event. Bathroom Habit 5. Using the bathroom during night without lights. Are you stumbling to the bathroom in complete darkness when nature calls during the night? This dangerous habit creates a perfect storm of cardiovascular stress that can trigger sudden blood pressure spikes and potentially fatal consequences. The CDC reports that moving from sleep to activity in darkness causes your body to release a surge of stress hormones, including adrenaline and cortisol, which immediately increase your heart rate and blood pressure. Additionally, the startle response of waking up suddenly combined with navigating in darkness activates your body's fight-or-flight response, causing blood pressure spikes that can exceed 40 points above your normal sleeping levels. The cardiovascular stress of nighttime bathroom trips is compounded by several age-related factors that make this habit particularly dangerous for seniors. Your blood pressure naturally drops during sleep, so the sudden increase when you wake up and move around creates a dramatic swing that your aging cardiovascular system struggles to accommodate. Research from the American College of Cardiology shows that seniors who regularly navigate to bathrooms in darkness experience blood pressure spikes that persist for up to 30 minutes after returning to bed. This prolonged elevation significantly increases the risk of stroke and heart attack during nighttime hours when medical help might be delayed. Martha, a 67-year-old widow from Seattle, learned about this danger through a frightening experience. She had always prided herself on not needing lights during her nighttime bathroom visits, feeling her way along familiar walls and furniture. One night, after reaching the bathroom in complete darkness, she felt dizzy and disoriented while washing her hands. She gripped the sink edge as the room seemed to spin around her. The episode lasted nearly 5 minutes before she felt stable enough to return to bed. Her doctor later explained that the combination of sudden awakening, darkness navigation, and the stress response had caused her blood pressure to spike to dangerous levels. The solution is immediate and inexpensive to implement. Install motion-activated nightlights along the path from your bedroom to your bathroom tonight. These lights should provide enough illumination to navigate safely without being bright enough to fully wake you up. Keep a small flashlight on your nightstand as a backup option. When you need to use the bathroom at night, sit on the edge of your bed for 10 seconds before standing to allow your blood pressure to stabilize. Move slowly and deliberately, avoiding any sudden movements or rushing. Take this action immediately because your next nighttime bathroom trip in darkness could trigger a stroke or heart attack. Making these 5 simple changes to your bathroom habits can dramatically reduce your risk of dangerous blood pressure spikes and potentially save your life. Remember that small modifications in your daily routine can have enormous impacts on your cardiovascular health, and you have the power to protect yourself starting right now with your very next bathroom visit. Which of these bathroom habits surprised you the most? Leave a comment below and let me know if you've experienced any symptoms related to these dangerous practices. If this information could help protect someone you care about, please share this video with family and friends who are over 60. Your share could literally save a life by helping other seniors avoid these hidden bathroom dangers that most people never think about.